me 10 points.
I'm up early, trying to beat the sun up. Grinding hard for mine to see a meal before my sun's up. All I'm saying is I'm trying to get my funds up. Gotta stay strapped, kiss these niggas.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining in of another episode of Run It Back, where we highlight the area's greats from yesteryear. In this segment this week that we're going to be doing, it's kind of an epic interview. It's one for the ages. I'm excited. It's kind of like a coming to full circle type occasion for me, I should say. But ladies and gentlemen, we have an individual that left their mark on the hardwood floor as a baller. He was part of one of the epic undefeated teams out of the city in Caner Tech back in, was that 1977? 76. And with that, he went on to have a legendary coaching career at Caner Tech, my alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please give me a warm welcome, Mr. Coach Spellman. How you doing, Coach?
Awesome, Eric. Thanks a lot for having me.
Good blessing us with your presence.
That's not much.
Coach, man, I just like to applaud you for your accomplishments, the patience that you had to have over these years, coaching us, coaching the next generation, the generations after that. Just thank you for all that you poured into the city and the young men that came through these doors. But for our listeners, you come from a huge family, a nice family of just some athletes in that family.
Yes, a lot of athletes.
A lot of athletes in that family. How did it start for you? And I think you're one of the older ones, no?
I started it.
Okay.
I was the one that started it.
You started it.
Yeah, my sisters were athletic, my two older sisters, but they didn't play sports in school.
Okay.
So when I came along and I went to Caner, started playing basketball, and then I did track, and I found that athletics was kind of easy.
Okay. It was
fun.
easy. It's fun. Now, since you started it, what were some of the tools that you had to go on? Like, how did you kind of like hone in on your skills early, since you didn't have no one above you to rough you up a little bit?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But it wasn't my sisters and brothers.
Oh.
As you know, I grew up in Berkeley Heights.
Yes, Berkeley Heights, the hill, for those who know.
The old Berkeley Heights.
Okay.
Where you had to play ball. We played ball up behind the queue.
Okay.
That's the little place on the top there.
Yeah, the club.
The club.
Your direct center,
was
yeah.
the queue back when we were little guys.
Okay.
Right behind the club.
Yeah.
Named it the club now. And we used to play ball up there. And the first thing you learned was you play ball. But if, these guys who were the bullies and, the older guys, you played good enough, but not enough to embarrass them.
Not enough to embarrass them. Okay.
Because if you did too much, they'll threaten you, and you was like, okay, this game's going to finish, and I better make sure I can run home quick. Maybe that's where I got some of my track skills.
That's where your track skills come through. Okay.
So the jig is up and gone.
Yeah.
So, and you learn back then, if you don't push back,
Yes.
you act like a punk, they're going to take advantage of you.
Oh, it's over.
And they're going to keep taking advantage of you. So I had to learn, you had to stand up to sometimes and maybe get pushed down and maybe get knocked down, and there was no calling foul.
No.
Because, I call a foul, like, I ain't hit you. And what am I going to say, you did?
Right.
Not me. But that's where I come from. And it was a rough environment, a family environment, though.
Okay.
Everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody's mother and father. And if you got out of line, Miss Jones get you.
Yeah.
You got out of line, Miss Smith got you, and vice versa.
Got
No, you hit my kid. No.
Not then.
They got you, and then mom and dad got you.
So you're gonna get it again.
Yeah. So it was but we played all seasons. We played football up on the field up there.
Yep.
We played baseball up on the field up there. We used to play baseball actually in the front yard.
Okay.
If you hit it over the fence, it was a home run.
That was a home run.
That's just too much. We gotta go on, but that's what I learned from.
Okay.
And there was a lot of people that I attribute that helped me become solid and hard. And like I said, you had to have a tough skin.
Got you.
To play there. And so when you go in somewhere else, it's kind of easy
It's a
because
piece of cake. Yeah. It don't get no rougher than that.
no. It's you getting knocked down or you're doing the knocking down.
Right. Got
I got to the point where I got tired of getting knocked down, so I started being the guy knocking it down.
Man, and you came up in the era where there was a lot of big families.
Oh, it was all big families.
So all the families are pretty big. So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of them. We're talking, you guys, 5 and 6, you guys are big now. We're talking 9, 10, 11, 13.
13.
That kind of big we
Woo.
had. We had 9 in our household. Our neighbors had 10. We had some across the road had 13.
13.
That was like a normal thing.
But my thing was this. I used to always wonder, like, how did everybody fit?
You had 3 bedrooms, and how you did it was this. Well, some families had 2 apartments.
I
Side
heard
by
that,
side
yes,
you did it.
I heard that.
We wasn't one of those families. So,
But your family was big too, though.
yeah, we had 9 of us. You had a girl's room, a boy's room, and mom and dad's room. That's how you worked it out.
That's how you worked it out. Okay. But you said some families had 2 apartments.
Yeah, side by side.
Wow, that's huge. But I can only imagine like the camaraderie with the families, and like you
Closeness.
said,
Closeness, there's a closeness.
it's close and everybody's right there on top, and you have everything that you need right there. I don't know if they had the store.
They had the store down
They had
there.
the store.
Featherways was down the road.
Okay, Hadaway's and then
We had
Jimmy's.
we didn't have any. There was nothing we wanted for. We only left the hill to go downtown to shop
Okay,
or go down the back of the hill.
shot right.
No, we didn't go to ShopRite. There's no ShopRite and stuff down
Okay,
back
okay.
there. What are you talking about? You're too young to know all this stuff. I'm talking about we had Burger Kings and Dutches and stuff like that down there that we would
Okay.
walk down the bottom hill with a $1.50 and get a meal and come back.
Wow,
But that was the only time you left, and you had to get permission to do that.
you had to get permission.
Yeah.
Man, so by you being kind of like the leader, were you a star? Was you emerging as an athletic star early?
How do you define star?
Well, were you excelling within your group?
Yeah, I the one thing a lot of people used to talk about, oh, you go to Caner Tech and they went to this school and they went to that school. I was like, yeah, but we still meet on the square park. And you see what I do to you on the square park. So what school I go to? That same game I'm taking when I go to Caner.
Right.
You know, because you go to Caner. Yeah, but I'm still dogging you on square.
Yeah.
I'm dogging you up on Orange Street or whatever it is.
Right.
You
So
know.
it didn't matter.
No. But they would dog you because, like, yeah, I went to Caner, but you see me on the weekends or when I'm not at school.
Exactly.
That same game I'm bringing to you.
And you still dogging them there.
That was my whole thing. What do you think, I'm going to change because I go to Caner?
All right. So what would you, in terms of basketball, what did you hone your skills on?
When my first foray into playing sports was Wilson School. Me and my main boy, Martin Pruitt, we both tried out for the basketball team. I want to say we're probably 5th grade,
Okay.
and we got cut.
Okay.
And it was, I want to say it was Mr. Mosley, Judge Mosley. You know, he was called Mouse then, but
Yeah.
he was
Mosley.
he was the coach.
He was the coach.
And afterwards, he said to us, his guys, he says, the one thing he says, you guys didn't hustle. And from that day forward, that's been my mantra, that's been my mantle. And even when you was playing, it was 1, 2, 3 hustle.
Yeah.
That has not changed.
Okay.
They want to say 1, 2, 3 Caner, 1, 2, 3 defense.
Hustle.
Hustle's the name of the game. No matter how bad you're playing, there's no reason not to be hustling. Offense and defense. It doesn't stop on one side.
Gotcha.
So that was my first foray into it, and then I ended up playing at Barnard School because we got bused off the hill from Wilson School. That's where we got cut. So we got bused off of the hill down to Barnard and some to Sprague and all the different ones across the town. But that's when they did that integration.
Gotcha.
And I played for Barnard 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and from there I went to Caner. But at Barnard, I was that's when I was finding out where I fit in and where I belong. Because my first 3 years at Caner, I played forward. And I always played, a solid guy because I played above the rim. That was my thing.
Yeah.
I was flying. That was, But what happened is when I went to Caner, and the first 3 years I was trying to play like in the coaches, like what he wanted me to do, trying to play, and I always felt uncomfortable. So going into senior year, I'm like, this guy's gonna have me coming off the bench because he's like comfortable with my game. So I said, I'm gonna play my game.
Yep.
I'm gonna win every suicide, every drill, every play. I'm gonna know like the back of my hand. Yep. I said I'm gonna be that guy that he cannot take out of the game. So I didn't get beat in any suicides. Anybody out there that played with me will tell you, I didn't lose in suicide.
No suicides.
No suicides ever. We had a guy come in there, Julio Salomon came in there as a sophomore, and he was like, he's from New York, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
He challenged me. He was the backup point guard. So I went from playing power forward for 3 years to point guard because I changed my mentality and started playing the game that I played when I wasn't in Caner. Gotcha. When I was at Caner, I was playing worried about the coach, and then I was like, I'm not comfortable. Right. I said, I'm going out there. They're looking at me like I'm going to be a sub. I became the captain of the basketball team. We were undefeated, and I made myself that guy that even if I screwed up or did something wrong the coach didn't like, he'd take me out the game. It was maybe for a minute. Because he put somebody back in there. Get back in there. I can't take this guy. Because my bad was better than what he was going to be putting in there. Right. But that was my mentality, to make myself that person that coach cannot do without. Gotcha. So I ran the offense. I was the key guy on defense. There was nobody taking the ball more than I was. Me and Chris White owned the backcourt. We both were about 6'1", with arm span like 100 feet. Yeah. And you didn't get biased. Wow. He was a shooter. Chris was a shooter and a scorer.
Chris White was putting in some buckets.
But I was the guy. I was going to the hole, and I was getting rebounds still, as a point guard.
So if you could take us on a little ride down memory lane about that legendary season, going undefeated. What was the season like before that?
We were, I want to say, it might have been like 18-2.
The year before that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because we could not get 20 games next year because nobody would play us. And we weren't in the league either. Okay. So, but back then we were playing, like we played Sacred Heart, we played Kennedy. Those were the city schools that would play us, and Watertown, teams like that. And we played Nanawag. Whoever we could get a game with, we played.
Yeah, played. Okay.
And it wasn't all like tech schools. We played whoever we could.
Okay. So the year before that, y'all went 18-2.
I want to say it was something like that. Because we could not get teams to play us because we were good coming into the next year. And mind you, junior year, I was coming off the bench.
You was coming off the bench that year?
I was coming off the bench. I was a defensive player for him that year. My defense was always on point, freshman year all the way up. Okay. But that was my thing. But senior year, I decided I'm taking over everything. I'm going to make this my year, my team, my season. And we had an awesome season. We went to the quarter. We were ranked number 1 in the state, Class L. Okay. And we went to the quarterfinals and lost to Crosby up at Kennedy High School.
And it was Crosby. Do you remember who was
Stevie Johnson, Stevie. Anton, you name it, all the fellas. Zakowicz.
I played against them.
That was the team we played against.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough team.
That was 76.
That was a tough assignment.
Yeah.
So you guys were, in the regular season, you would play some of the other city schools.
Yeah, we played Sacred Heart. We beat them. We played everybody 2 times. Sacred Heart, Kennedy. Okay. We played both of those twice. But those were only city schools that we could schedule.
Got you. Okay. Wow, but y'all going through them.
We went through everybody.
Wow, that's a legendary feat, man. And we need that banner up in this gym.
Yeah, we have no banners. I got my son's names over there, my daughter's names over there. And they say,
need-
Coach, what about you? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, maybe it's so
started it.
maybe it's so old they didn't have banners. maybe after they might eventually put one up there. Oh, but I just hope I'm around to see it.
Right.
You know, everything after you pass away, then you know,
Exactly.
they remember him. He's remembered fondly.
Wow. So you that's your senior year.
And I also ran track that year.
That's what I was about to get to. So you ran track. How was your track season?
Well, it's funny that I started running track sophomore year because the track coach saw me and how I jumped in basketball. He was like, yeah, you should come out for the track team. And I was like, track? Oh, I never did track.
Yeah.
So I went out and I was a sprinter, long jump, triple jump, high jump. I tried them all. And I was like, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
I said, I like this. So by junior year, I don't think, I might have got beat once or twice throughout the whole season.
Wow.
Senior year, nobody beat me. I lost in the city meet to somebody from Holy Cross.
Okay.
And that was skeptical because we watched how they did things, but you know, my coach was not going to, you know, say much. He was like, oh, that's okay, don't worry about it. I was like,
Yeah.
Coach, they're ripping me off. But that was the only time I lost.
Wow.
And I ended up, I was third in the state open in the triple jump as well. But I didn't have somebody teaching me how to do these things. Pretty much I had to learn the long jump, the triple jump, the high jump kind of on my own.
Wow.
My coach was a great guy, but, you know, he was just a happy-go-lucky guy. He was a cross-country coach.
Okay.
And, you know, we worked hard.
But how do you learn like your technique? Is it like watching other players? I mean, other
Well,
jumpers?
back then they put it on the screen and you watched it.
That's it.
Yeah, it was a video. run the tape. And he's like, okay, jump from this foot to that foot. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I was like, okay, I'm pretty easy, you know, I can do this. And long jump, I figured I'm jumping off of one leg anyway, so I just jump as far as I can. But that came from when on the hill we used to like jump over 5-foot fences without touching them, and if it's 6 foot, we'd one hop and then
Yeah.
one step over. We used to do crazy stuff that you thought,
Right.
no, that was just normal for
It
us.
was normal.
Yeah.
Not even no competition.
No,
like,
we
really
just
what we doing.
that's what we did. So then when I was like, wow, I can use those skills that I thought I jumping and running I used to do. Wow. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. So you had a successful basketball season that year
Yeah, we had a great season.
and a successful track season.
Yeah, and the one star that I had from senior year was we played in they call it the Locktown Classic.
Locktown?
Yeah, that's Terryville,
Okay.
and we won the championship. It was a 4-team championship, and we sit around thought, oh, who's gonna get MVP? And I got the MVP trophy.
You got the MVP.
Yeah,
Okay.
because like I told you, I was the guy. Whoever was the toughest offensive player, I was on him, and I was the point guard running the show.
Was it a huge transition though, going from power forward to point guard?
No. I say that because some people play the game and some people think and play the game.
Okay.
I always was a thinker. And in playing the game, I had to figure it out. And when I was like, everything the coach would think and say and do, I knew what he was going to have us do. When changes happen, if you paid attention, you'd know what changes you're going to make. And so that's why I think it was rather easy for me to transition into coaching,
Okay.
Okay.
Now, did you have your sights set on coaching early, or was it something that came like later on?
I actually started coaching under Bob Kawada at the Salvation Army.
Oh, at the South.
I used to coach. I was probably 14, 15, and I was coaching 10, 11-year-olds. And I coached in Pearl Street with the 12 and under team guys, and I was probably 16 at the time.
Wow, so you've been coaching for a long time. Not to say it like that, Coach.
Yeah, you just say it like that.
But you got some reps under your belt.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Wow.
I coached a lot of these kids that went to Crosby and all these other schools, and became all-state and went to college and played ball. But, you know, I coached them when they were raw.
Yeah.
And another person we always coached together was my boy Pruitt.
Pruitt,
We played
yeah.
together, and then we coached together
Started
at the
coaching
Sal.
together, okay.
And then I went on to start doing it in high school and stuff.
Got you. Now, throughout the years, you've had the luxury of coaching some of your family.
Yeah.
How tough was that?
All right, let me break down my coaching career for Kaner.
Okay.
In 1981, I came in as the boys' freshman coach.
1981?
81.
Okay.
And that was the first year. Then in 82, Kaner Tech decided to make the first girls JV program.
Oh,
And they
okay.
asked me to coach that.
Got you.
Needless to say, that was like getting your tooth pulled without any painkiller. That was rough. That was rough.
Oh, man.
That was rough.
It was rough.
So talking about honing your skills, yeah.
Yes.
So I did that for 4 years, and
Okay.
then I ended up coaching the varsity team for 5 years after that.
Okay, the boys. Oh,
No,
the girls.
just
The girls.
4 years JV,
And then 5 years.
varsity.
Wow.
And then the banner up there for 1990 is when I stopped coaching the girls basketball team. We won the championship, and I says, you know something? This is great. I'm done coaching girls.
Wow.
So I left them with a championship team and went out the door.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Man. So what called you to come back?
Well, I always wanted to coach the boys.
Okay.
But back then, Marty Sprano was coaching, Tony Cipriano, they were coaching the boys team. And Marty said to me, Hank, he says, when I do retire, he says, you know, you want to come take it? I said, well, sure, you know, just let me know.
Okay.
And so when he retired, I came back and took over the boys team,
Wow.
and it's been a ride.
Yeah.
My whole thing is coaching basketball and coaching track, you know, girls or guys, whatever it is. My job in coaching is to make you a well-rounded adult
Okay.
in every aspect of your life. If you're gonna be successful in anything, you have to first start with a positive attitude. You gotta believe in yourself. And if I could get guys, listen, some of the best years I had was when I coached the 12 and under kids,
Okay.
and they didn't know how to play. And I tell them, like, you stand right in that spot there. That ball comes to you, you just take that shot. And the kid would get the ball and take the shot and see his face light up.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah.
But, you know, teaching them, you know, getting them to believe that they could do something. That's what it's been all about, you know. I'm here to make you a better person all around, not just for basketball,
Gotcha.
not just for track.
Gotcha.
That's my God-given talent, you know,
Yeah.
is to help you become more well-rounded and better at life.
Definitely. And you know, me being one of your first students when you came back to coach the boys in '94, I remember, you know, and some of us players, we talk about it, getting reamed
right.
out.
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
We get reamed out.
For what?
Oh, man, dumb mistake. And you ask us, why'd you do that? Run till you figure it out.
But that's the key. Because if you have to give me an answer,
Yeah,
I don't know, unacceptable. Because if you don't know, you can't fix it.
right.
And you did. You guys ran into those things to
Man,
figure it out.
I tell people all the time, man, to be them practices when, you know, Eric, you know what? Get out here, go run. So I tell you to stop. Half practice, most of the practice done went through. Hey, I thought Eric was here today. He is. He's running. Oh, I forgot Eric. Come on. I'm sweating. I'm mad. I'm tired.
I've done that. I haven't done that for a couple years. But there's just times where I'm like, okay, start running. Well, just start running. Well, how long? Just when I tell you to stop. And then Vegan's got to say, Coach, you know he's still running? I'm sorry.
Yes, I remember those days.
Yeah.
But even, you know, when we did mess up and we got in trouble, and at the end of the day, we knew what we did wrong. We just probably couldn't articulate it, and we knew what we did. We was going to get reamed for it, but we learned from it too. And I think the first year that we had a rough patch, but looking back, one of the things that I never forget when you said this. I didn't understand at the time. At the end of the season, we was talking. He was like, "I just want to teach you guys just how to play basketball." Organized basketball to a degree. And I'm like, well, I mean, teach us how to play. We in high school. But when you look at how much of talent, if you got limited talent, teach you how to do the basics with each other and then growing from there. And then each year after that, we grew, we got better. But when I thought about it, I was like, when you said, I was like, what does he mean by that? And then after that, I was like, okay. He taught us how to do certain things, hone in certain skills that we just out there running around.
Everybody has skills. Sometimes you don't know what your skill is.
Gotcha.
But my job is to teach you to stop. Take a look at what is it you do best. I'm a good rebounder. Focus on that, and then work on the other things to be better at those.
Yeah.
And then teach you how to take that and put that in the game with the other 4 players that are on the floor with you.
Right.
Street ball is all you. One-on-one. You might give it to one of your boys a pass or two, but that ain't nothing more happening.
Right.
But here you had to learn that they focus on you, try to shut you down. You got 3 or 4 guys open somewhere. Learn to find them.
Yeah. Now, as you going on your coaching journey, and you're teaching young boys how to be men. We come in as boys, wet behind the ears, green, and fast forward years down the road, you came out these doors men. What are some of the challenges, though, in that process?
The time's changing.
Okay.
Because the methods I started with back in 1994, I can't use in 2025.
Okay.
And the reason being is you guys came up in a different generation. Each generation seemed like, I hate to say it, but just a little softer.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain soft, but you guys were hard because your parents coming up were hard on you.
Okay.
And so that was how you learned to do something and get it right.
Mm-hmm.
So if I came out there and I was soft on you, I'm like, who's this guy?
Right. Right.
But as the years go on, it's difficult to be that hard because some of these guys can't take it.
They can't.
Some of them emotionally will break down.
Gotcha.
And it's just the times have changed and the individuals have changed. But some of them were just as strong mentally and physically as you guys were.
Mm-hmm.
But they just aren't used to getting, that feed from outside where you had to be hard. You had to have a tough exterior.
Yes.
To
Yes.
make it.
Yes.
So that's been a big change for me. The game changed a lot, to the 3-point shot, the post up, the boxing guys out on the inside, use your big man, the footwork, all those things are changing. They're still in the game, but everything is designed for the 3-point shot now.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because if we had the 3-point shot back in the day, guys like Stevie Johnson would still hold the state record and nobody would ever break it.
Nobody would ever break it.
All I ever did was shoot outside the 3-point line.
Wow.
But that's the difference is they're a little softer nowadays, and you have to be a little softer in your approach.
Okay.
You guys come back all the time and watch it. Oh, coach, are you kidding me? You got soft in your old days. If I did that, man, you would have did this. And I'm like telling you, these guys are not you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys can take that.
Yeah.
Not these guys.
Not these. Okay.
And
with the adjustments with how the kids are coming up today, even now there's a shot clock.
Yes.
Is that an adjustment too? Well, I know it's been for a couple years now, right? No, wait, was that last year?
Last year was the first year.
So is that a huge adjustment?
It is, because now I gave them. They have one other thing to focus on, not just the normal clock.
Now your shot clock.
Now they got the shot clock, and sometimes I think it's a good thing, because we had games back when we play a team like Kennedy, and the coach would hold the ball out, and like 7 minutes would go off the clock before they even take a shot.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so those things are gone. Or I don't know if you remember the old North Carolina offense, the four corners.
The four corners. Yep.
You know, that was something was used to run time off the
Yep.
clock. I loved that.
Yeah.
We mastered that when I was in high school, me, Chris, and the fellas. But that's another thing that, you know, you can't take all that time off the clock anymore like that.
Got you.
You got 35 seconds, and then you got to give it back to the other team.
Wow. Wow. That's a huge adjustment. Because I remember we used to do the four corners. We used to run the four corners. So, you know, with the adjustments of the game itself, looking back, you've had some legendary squads that you coached throughout your
Oh, I
years,
coached
too.
an undefeated team, too.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was the captain of myself and Bob Condrotis were the captains of the undefeated team when I played. The first undefeated team that Kano ever had.
Yes.
Then the second undefeated team that Kano ever had, I was the coach.
You was the coach.
And my son Lucas was the captain, one of the
Gotcha.
captains. So that was kind of a special thing for me. And, you know, we've won a couple league championships since then. We've been to the state quarterfinals several times. A few times we lost by 1 point to some that, like, for example, Northwest Catholic, who went on to eventually be the, win the whole thing. You know, we had some seasons, you know.
Yes.
And then we had some lean ones, too.
Yeah.
Where I was just glad to get 4 or 5 wins. Making a tournament wasn't even a thought.
Not even a thought.
Well, I always had that thought, but it didn't seem like the kids had the same thought.
You're right, right. You mentioned Lucas, you know, and that squad, and I always talk with him and my brother about, like, you know, it seemed like that squad had like all the pieces,
Yes,
and the thing is, they was all friends too,
yes.
and that was key. I was like, the key thing is you guys were friends outside of basketball. Everything y'all did, y'all was together.
But we also played in the summer. We played in Hartford in the Sons of Thunder League.
Okay.
And we played in the summer league here in Waterbury. And it wasn't like we were just playing league. We were competitors.
Yeah.
If we weren't winning it, we were in second place.
Got you.
But we used to, like, we go to Hartford, and schools like Hartford Public and them were playing in the Sons of Thunder League in there. And so they played together all summer as well.
Wow.
Only one didn't play with us was Lamar.
Okay.
He didn't play no summer boy. He just played during the season, and we didn't see him other than that.
Just the season.
Yeah. Had he played with them,
Yeah.
we would have been unstoppable.
Wow. Wow. And you guys were already pretty much unstoppable with that. Were there any, did you see, I mean, you had the winning ingredient because you did the undefeated team and then you coached the next undefeated team. But was there any challenges, like, kind of like the whole Coach Carter coaching your son? Was there any challenges to coaching Luke early on?
Yeah. Lucas went to Holy Cross his freshman year.
Okay.
I let him go. He wanted to go. I let him go. And I said, well, he's got to get from under my shadow, go do what he got to do. So he went to Holy Cross. And that was that lean year you said where we.
Yeah. Okay.
So then what happened after that was he ended up coming to Caner, sophomore, junior, senior year. But as good as he was, like he came out of middle school, him and Mark King, they were 1-2 and leading scorer in the city.
Wow.
Out of North, I think North End.
Then, yeah.
1 and 2, him 1, Mark 2, in the city, playing together.
Wow.
So he comes to Caner, but because he came to Caner, he's not that good.
Wow. He
So-
just was the leader, top 2 leading in the city.
In the city schools.
In the city schools.
But because he came to Caner, no recognition because he's coach's son. See, that's a sour note for me, not because he's my son, but because he's a kid that deserved a lot more accolades than he got.
Got you.
He was all New Haven County, but didn't get picked all city. Why? Because we didn't play any of the city schools, so none of the city coaches were going to vote for him.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff that happened, but I mean, he's probably the only person I know that recorded a quadruple double.
Quadruple double. Yeah.
You know, he reminds me of that all the time.
Yeah.
And I even took him out of the game because he was trying to get the record for 3-point shots that night or something. I said, what record are you talking about? There's no record. Yeah, well, I heard it was this. I'm like, believe me, there's no record. But he was a phenomenal ball player. Like I said, but he didn't get his due because he was my son.
Okay.
But if you played with him, you knew how good he was. If you played against him, you knew how good
exactly.
he was.
Exactly.
You know, so they could talk.
Yeah.
But they know the deal.
They know the deal. They know the deal.
They know the deal.
And I tell people a lot of times is the only real ballers and people that really played ball like outside of Waterbury know that Caner in Caner's conference, you got Prince Tech, you got Bullard Havens, you got Eli Whitney. These are schools that are top dogs in New Haven, Bridgeport, Hartford. Like, so we just happen to have a lot of schools.
Yeah.
In Waterbury. But we're in a conference with all these other schools that those are one or two best in that city. And we're playing them a couple times a year. So, but people outside of, who don't travel outside of Waterbury, they don't see that or they don't recognize that.
Because all they see is Tech behind the name.
Yeah.
You know?
They see the Tech part. But, you guys have, like I said, with that legendary season, that legendary squad, that I hope you get that again this year on the way out.
You know what's funny? We were 20-0 that year, regular season. Next year we were 17-0. One game to play. We had back-to-back undefeated seasons.
Wow.
And the fellows went out, and yeah, I'm gonna say it, they went out and they partied. And they came to the game and lost to a team that we should have blew out. So we were 17-1.
Get out of here.
Again, because we were 20-0, couldn't get a 20-game schedule. Nobody wants to play you because they knew how many people we had coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, we were 18-2, 20-0, and then 17-1 within 3 seasons. Regular season.
That's huge.
That is huge. And I didn't look at that until somebody told me, says, that's like 54-2 or 54-3. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Because I'm not one that looks at, how many wins you have. Like, I couldn't tell you how many wins I have and how many losses.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me, it's about the kids and what they do. Mm-hmm. My record as a coach means nothing,
Wow. Did you, as the years go on, are you looking at the amount of years that you're putting in? Are you start tallying those boxes, checking those boxes?
When you start coaching in 1981 and you're looking to retire in 2026, you're like, so that's what, 45 years? That's a lot of coaching.
That's a lot of coaching.
I was track throughout the years, coaching track, coaching basketball, coaching girls. But I always pride myself. We won a league championship with the girls. I won a couple league championships with the boys.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people can say they coached both and was successful like that.
Right. And how about with track too? You coach
Yeah,
track too?
myself and Lucas, we coached together, and we have some bomb squads. We don't even have a track. we have to go up to Holy Cross on certain days for certain hours to practice. Thank God the AD at Holy Cross, are good people, and they allow us to practice there. And we still are out here winning league championships. We win league championships all the time. If we don't win the league championship in track, we're second. But mostly where girls are winning, boys are second. Boys are winning, the girls are second. Or we're winning them both.
Wow, that's awesome still.
We were 2 and 3 last year in the league. The girls were 2 and the boys were 3. And that was only because these kids sometimes can't make a meet or something, and so you have these issues, and you just have to do the best you can.
Yeah. Wow, but you guys are still muscling out some wins over here. Y'all still putting in work.
I got some kids that are awesome. I got a kid that distance runner. Mm-hmm. He could be one of the best that's ever been here. He's won the league championship last few years. If he was allowed to run in the city this year, he would have won the city in cross country. But He's a kid that his junior year, last year's junior year, he got hurt. He was like destroying people as a sophomore. And, yeah. And he got junior year, he got hurt. Had the whole season. Our coach was trying to get back. He never did get back. So he's coming back this year as a senior, and he's already won the league championship. He was top 5 the top 9 in the division.
Okay.
And he was top 30 in the Open. You know, so he won the steeplechase in his division as a sophomore.
As a sophomore.
Yeah.
Man.
But it all stems. I hate to say it. If you can get a kid to believe he could walk on water, he gonna do anything.
He could do anything.
Because there's no limit to what he can do, and that's
right.
the problem.
That's
You
right.
have to teach these kids there's no limit. The only limit you have is the one that you put on yourself.
Exactly.
When you say, "No, I haven't jumped 15 feet yet," who's saying you can't do it?
Right. You just didn't do it yet.
The guy you're competing against, 2 arms, 2 legs. What does he have that you don't have?
Right.
I can tell you what he doesn't have that you have. That's me coaching you, getting you to believe you could do that.
Exactly. Wow.
Coach.
I gotta ask you.
Do you feel like, when you finally say this is it, kind of like the Michael Jackson, this is it. When you say this is it,
You think you're gonna get that itch to come back to do it again, or that'll be?
No. For me to get to this point now, to say that this is it, the last few years I've been thinking about it, considering it, and I'm a guy who believes in the Lord.
Okay.
And I said the Lord's going to let me know when it's my time, when I'm done. And him and I have been having a conversation. And last year I was like saying, I told the kids, I said, I don't know if I'm going to come back next year.
Okay.
And right up until September 1st, it was up in the air. But come September 1st, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this season. But there's some things that I want to do outside of coaching that I need my time for. Some things I want to do for the Lord that I need to do. And so him and I had a conversation, and this is going to be my swan song.
this is it.
My swan song, this is it for basketball. And then when track season comes, we'll see. That might be even for substitute teaching and around the school. Might be. But I'll know, like I said, when track season comes, we'll know then. And then when the end of the school year comes, I'll know then.
You know then. But for right now,
We know
basketball,
this is it.
This is the
This is our victory run right here. We on.
Okay, we're gonna call that the victory tour. We'll see. I do have the players that can do it, and we have the pieces. Now we just got to start believing, start listening, start functioning, and start just doing what we have to do. You know.
absolutely. Well, I want to read some thoughts.
I've had the luxury of talking to some of your family.
Okay.
And this is what some of the things they want to share with our people, with you.
Okay.
He's genuinely dedicated to any sport he coaches and to all the players 100%. Who do you think that might be?
If that's not Lucas, it's Kyrie.
That's Audra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's never been just a coach. He's a father figure to many, builds relationships that last a lifetime for athletes.
That's Lucas.
That's Muffy.
Oh, so this is not just my kids. You're talking to them. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them, so I ain't never going to guess that. I got a tribe family out there.
You got to try.
We got a tribe, man.
You got to try.
I'm never going to guess them. I thought you were talking about my kids.
Okay, so I'm gonna read a couple of them and tell you who they are, because you was 0 for 2.
I would have been 0 for.
The next one, he's the man. That's all I can say. The man comes through always. He's my hero. That's Jasmine.
Oh, that's my girl, Jazz.
the greatest coach in Caner history, the unofficial mayor of Waterbury,
Oh my
a
goodness.
pillar of the community,
Oh my goodness.
Eric.
His players join the team as boys and leave as men. The GOAT, Mark. Got to mention the suits for every game. Quentin.
He's always teaching his players and students how to be better on and off the court, Carlton.
You call everybody, huh?
Coach, man of God, father of many, lover of all. He doesn't meet strangers. Only potential friends. Danae. Glad he wasn't my coach. Them boys got it bad. His contributions to the landscape of sports in Waterbury cannot go unmentioned. They tried to downplay tech school sports, but his program produced some of the greatest athletes Waterbury has ever seen. Jess.
Jessica?
Yes. Now,
had the luxury of talking with Luke. Now, speaking with him, some of the challenges, I've asked him, what were some of the challenges
early on being coached.
by your father? And some
I
of the
expected
challenges-
more from him than everybody else. That's one of the challenges, I can tell you myself.
Yes. He said you
Felt like you was hardest on him. Expected more out of him. Never let him, you kind of held him to a high standard. But he said as time went on, being coached by you made your relationship stronger as father and son. He said the way you care about players is next level. He can yell at you with everything he got and show you love at the same time.
Trying to get me to tear up out here, huh? Yeah, that's what you did. That's what you did, man. I know that was your goal tonight, huh? I don't see Coach break down, huh?
He gave one funny story about the time when they was at Right Tech.
Mike G. I'll never live that story.
And
They still talk about that. How many years ago they graduated? 2002? What is it, 23 years ago?
23 years
They still talking about that?
They said a fight broke out. He said Mike and
Boo start reeling off the bench to go jump into the fight. And
you going to sit down. This ain't the hill. He said that's a joke. And he said that's like a running joke they still have to this day.
23 years later, they still use that.
later.
Oh, my goodness.
I had the luxury of talking to Tammy.
Ooh, she was the first one I coached for my family.
yes, and she said he was very hard on me. There was times where he pushed me so hard. I'll go to my mom and say I can't stand him. I hate him. She's like, that's your brother. Yeah, but he's pushing me so much. But then she said, over time, she realized, you've made her a better player, better person. And then she would recall one time that I think that was at the cell.
She had
and
to play against the Twins.
The Twins was talking junk, and you looked at them and said, you can't even beat my sister. And he was like, Tim, beat these boys. And I said, did you win? She said, yeah, I tore him up. I was like, wow. But she was like, just the confidence that you instilled in her.
And just knew it right off the bat.
Tim, get him. That kind of.
Uplifted her. And
She was the first 1,000-point scorer in Caner history for girls.
wow.
She didn't tell you that?
She didn't tell me
She
that.
usually brags about that.
Nah, she ain't tell me that.
The
She left
first
that off the
1,000-point
table.
scorer.
Okay, Tim. I gotta bring.
She got to sit in this chair, too.
Oh, boy.
And then
Then I spoke with someone, I'm gonna say their name after, was an ultimate competitor, applies himself on defense and the ability to get you out your game as an opponent and take advantage of any weaknesses that you have.
Hoop It Up champs, Men League champs, Fred Carp.
That's my boy Fred.
Yeah.
We destroyed some people from all over the country.
Yeah.
in Hoop It Up.
he was
Did he tell you?
saying, yeah.
We won New York, Long Island, Hartford, Springfield.
Wow.
Did I miss one, Fred? Boston.
Boston.
We won them all.
Won
Every
them all.
year. When we showed up, they was like, "Oh, are you guys again?" Yeah. Yeah, we just used to do some damage.
Wow.
Wow. As I spoke with the family and
Like reading through some of the
messages and stuff like that, and then I think about
as I walk through these doors, 14, 15 years old, and up at Kennedy playing at Pearl Street and coming through this gym, running suicides, running plays, running laps, playing games, years going on, and I graduate.
but then I think about those lessons. What'd you do? Why'd you do it?
Tell me why'd you do it?
Okay. The demand for excellence out of ourselves, for us to be better people within ourselves that you placed on us, that
We did come in as little boys, coming in to Caner, and all of us left as men. Everybody that played on that basketball court. And we thank you for it, because without you, no telling where any of us, a lot of us would be. And a lot of guys from my squad, we
kind of held on to basketball throughout the years, whether it's coaching or training or doing interviews. But I go back to a lot of the lessons that I learned just coming in here at practice, riding to some of the games, or, talking with you when we go into the Votech Conference Picture Day and all that. We just talking about the game and just talking about life. Those things that, I'm able to take with me, and I thank you for the lessons that we learned, and
the strength and the I would say the wisdom that you instilled in myself. I can speak for myself to stand up as a man, be a better person, be the best I can be.
That's the key.
At whatever it is I choose to be the best that I can be. And I thank you for that. And I thank you for that same sentiment that you continue to spread into the young men that come through these doors, year in and year out, utilizing sports as the tool, but getting the job done. Only one a man of God will be able to do. And I thank you for that. And I thank you for
the years that you put in here at Caner. And since this is
your swan song, what do you want to tell the listeners that's listening to the show?
Did they know that you were like a terror to all these other teams? You didn't tell them that? That's your senior year. Coaches would come over and, I thought he graduated. He's still here? Yeah. That's one of the things I can tell everybody. Yeah. You're a relentless terror. They was like, oh, he's still here. Oh, my God. We thought we got a break from him. I was like, no, he's still here. This is last year now.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man. But I thank all the wisdom that you've been able to give me, and what you continue to give the younger generation here to come.
I say this. I've loved coaching. I've loved coaching the kids that I did. Yes, I had some situations where the kids were disappointing or they leave either I hate that guy. But I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. But as long as I instilled the lessons that they needed to learn. I had one kid who played here, didn't play a lot. And man, he was a pain the whole time. And I wrote him the whole time. And I saw him one day, and I was at the bowling lanes, and he was there with his, couple daughters and stuff. And I saw him, I said, this kid, he think he's a man now, so I think he's gonna step up here, and I'm gonna have to knock him out. Just joking. Anyway, he comes over, he says, hey, Coach. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, Coach, he says, look, he says to his daughter or son, this is the reason why I'm the man I am today, because of him right here. And that, of all the years and all the things I did, said, you know something, maybe you are doing something right.
Yes.
And he was so sincere about it, and he's like, oh yeah, without this guy, he says, yeah, I was a knucklehead, I was this. He says, but he used to ride me, and he never never let up, he says, and I learned from that. He says, and now I'm a family man, I work, this and that and the other, and I was like, wow. And it kind of touched me.
Yeah, definitely.
So just to see some of you guys, you being successful and doing the things you're doing, a lot of the other different guys, and it's too many to mention, and I want to mention a few, and the others get upset.
Right, right.
But seeing these guys, like having Lucas on my coaching staff now during a freshman, watching him coach and the love he has, seeing Fegan, who played with you.
My squad,
I just sent you that picture, you guys, from the newspaper.
Yeah, yeah.
When I see those things and the men you guys are, the family men, your kids, and what you're doing, and you're giving back to others and giving back to the community, I'm like, oh Lord, I think we did a good job with that. You gave me something, I worked with it, and I'm glad that I listened and gave my best to you guys, so you guys can give your best to somebody else.
Yes.
Kind of like pass it on.
Pass it on. Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Yes. On that note,
I only got one question. Can you still hit that half court hook shot you used to do?
I had rotator cuff surgery. And all the kids, every former player comes back and say, and I tell the guys, it says, I was luck. And what do I do, Eric? Throw it again.
every time.
Throw it in again. That was just one of those little things that you do. But
Yeah.
This arm is not like it used to
It's not
be.
like it used
I don't
to?
know if I can control it.
Wow.
That's a long time ago. Those were fun days, though. I remember those. Back then, though, I get on the court and play with y'all, too.
I was about to say that. You would play with us.
I could still dunk back then.
Yes. You would
That's
play.
a long,
You just
that's a
said
long time ago.
George and them used to scrimmage against us.
I always bring back former players, kids that were older than you guys to play, because if you can play with these guys who graduated, they're in college or, they're men, then you can play with any of the high school kids.
Yeah.
And then your toughness was never questioned.
Yeah. Right. I remember those days. And those are some battles because they didn't take it easy on us.
I told them, let's beat them up.
Beat them up.
Don't take it easy. You're going to block the shot, knock them down. Let them know how it feels.
And that's what they did to us, too.
Well, Coach, I thank you.
So this is official. This is your last year coaching the basketball team.
I'm going to officially say this is it for me for the basketball team this year. I have yet to talk to my boys about it, but I guess they'll see this podcast and they'll know.
They'll know.
But yes, like I said, I talked about it, thought about it for the last few years.
Yep.
But this year the decision came. And I talked to my wife and said, listen, this is it. And she was like, okay, that's what you want to do? I was like, that's it.
That's it. Well, hey, thank you for a legendary career.
Thank you for being one of those players that made it legendary.
Thank you, Coach. And as an appreciation of the running back family, we'd like to give you a small token.
Uh-oh. Well, I got him well hidden, huh?
There you go.
Don't you want to show everybody? Oh, this is nice. Can't Tech Gold, too, huh?
There we go.
Black and gold, baby. This is very nice.
Yes,
I hope you
thank
got
you.
it big enough. I hope it's big enough.
Well, everybody, thank
Thanks for signing in. I'm Eric Luan from Run It Back, and this is Coach
you, Spellman.
God bless every year.
Take care.
Your favorite show, Run It Back, is leveling up. We will release interviews on a weekly basis, and every Run It Back moment will officially be launched on Spotify. That's right, stream us anywhere, anytime. Make sure you follow Run It Back on Spotify and tap in. This movement is getting bigger, brighter, and bolder, just like the brand. Thank you for the support. Now, let's run it back.